Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's training, day 2 of Ditch Your List and Grow Like a Pro. So I'm hopping on here live. Let me know you can hear me. Make sure I'm in the right group. Give me some thumbs up if we are live. I'm just going to check my feed here as well to see if I'm on. And I think I am. Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to day 2 of Not Everyone's Your Prospect. I'm Tracy Chalmers, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here with you today. I got to tell you something funny. Like 3 minutes before I hit live, I spilt my colored drink. I had a colored drink ready to go, a little energy, and I spilt it on my white blouse. So yeah, things like that happen, right? So I just wanted to share that with you, just so you know what? It happens to all of us, right? But I want to dive right in because I am fired up. I've been ready and going with this, and I want to congratulate each and every one of you for doing all that homework. The team, the trainers here, and I have been watching these bits of homework come in all day. Hey guys, good to see you. I'm just looking at comments here. Good to see you, everyone. We've been watching your homework come in every minute of the day, and I am really, really impressed with the dedication and the urgency and the enthusiasm by which you are all participating in this challenge. So props to all of you for that. And I also want to draw some awareness around some of the patterns we're recognizing. And what really stood out for me, after Kat's training yesterday, she really talked heavily, and I think you heard her message, ditch that list. Well, I saw over and over and over again many people commenting that, they were able perhaps to recruit people, but there wasn't duplication. There was no commitment. Lots of people would just kind of fall off. Well, I get that, and I hear you, and I want to talk about that today, because a big part of what's happening when those situations happen, when people are falling off, when they sign up with enthusiasm and then they ghost you. Has that ever happened? Let me know if you've ever been ghosted by your downline. Yeah, I have too in my early years. Absolutely. Let me see. Anybody? Yep, absolutely. Hey, Tara, nice to see you. Good. Hi. You could not hear me, Nancy. Is anybody else? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. It may just be a thing with your system. Yes. Okay. So Tracy, are you saying yes, you can hear me? Let me know. Okay, exactly, Gina. Yeah, you don't want just a body. So yeah, it might just be your sound. Check that out, Nancy, okay? It seems like everybody else can hear and see. Fantastic. Thanks for checking in on that, guys. If you've been ghosted by your downline, or suddenly, they're couch potatoes and they're not doing anything, but like a week ago when they signed up, they were enthusiastic and ready to go and motivated, and then suddenly crickets. Yeah, well, let's talk about that today. So I want to talk about things that we're seeing in the industry significantly that I want to talk as don'ts in building your business online. And then I want to transition that into do's and some how's, okay? So stay with me here, because you're going to definitely want to grab a pen and a paper and take some notes. And if it's not handy, just come back on replay. You can catch this on replay, okay? It'll be right here in the group after we're off. So let's talk about your prospects for a minute. Ditching that list and getting rid of that list of 100, friends and family, your chicken list, things like that. That is the most important advice that you can have when starting your business online. And, this is actually my second company. I built a team very traditionally several years ago where I did the list. I did all that stuff. And I had some success for sure, but the duplication wasn't there. And it was because I truly believe it was because most people weren't willing to do what I was doing. I was hustling my butt off to build that team. But most people aren't able to do that for various reasons. Maybe they're introverts. Maybe they just don't have a big network. Maybe they are just, I don't know, parenting and busy with life, because let's face it, we all get busy with life, right? So they weren't willing to do what I was doing to build their business. In the end, I realized they weren't really my ideal prospect. But at the time, being new, and I get this, if you're, let me know if Did we just lose me? Oh, I might be back. I don't know. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Many people just don't know what to do online, or they don't know how to build their business. So they're really just living through life hoping and praying that this will work for them. Well, these are the strategies that we have been teaching so darn successfully that even newbies are seeing results with what we're doing. So I wanted to share a lot of those tips with you today. Now, some of the dotes that I see happening that are being taught far too often, and give me some comments. I'm going to be checking comments here as well. Give me some comments about if you've ever done any of this, okay? What about treating your prospects like they're just numbers and not human beings, right? That whole go for no. So it's just like boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to throw out as many messages, ask as many people as I can. And I don't really care who it is. I don't really care about the person behind it. I just want a yes. I just want someone to join my team. I just want anybody that'll fog a mirror. Let me know if you can relate to any of that. Yeah, okay. So I see some messages, hoping and praying and crossing your fingers. Yep, totally, Lorna. Totally. But you know what? Hope is not a strategy, and it's not going to work. You need to be very strategic in this business. And that is what has been so incredibly effective for us. And that's why we want to offer this value to you guys to help you out. Because this is a really an industry I'm passionate about. But we're often led astray by very well-meaning uplines out there that just really don't know how to build in today's environment. Long gone are the days of the old network marketing lists, right? But the new strategies have to be implemented strategically, but many people don't know how to do them. So they are tried and true here inside this challenge. So these are the notes you need to take. So what about the whole philosophy of, like, I'm just going to throw spaghetti against the wall and hope that something sticks. And then that one little stringy noodle that sticks, yes, I've got a new downline teammate. Has that ever worked for anybody? Just throwing a bowl of soggy, damp, sticky spaghetti on the wall, hoping that something sticks long term? Well, eventually they all fall off, right? That is exactly what happens to a lot of people. And I know that happened for my first team early on as well. Now, another thing I want to mention is, a lot of people are posting on social media. And I'm a recovering spammer. I was the queen of spam a few years ago. And I would post all over social media. I would send copy and paste messages. I wouldn't really care because I didn't know any better. Not that my heart didn't care, but because I didn't know any better. I wouldn't really care about the person. My upline just told me, do this. And I was new, so I did it. Let me know if you can relate to that. Yeah, 10-step program. Hi, I'm Tracy, and I'm a recovering spammer. Exactly, right? Exactly, Billy, 10-step program. And, I just did what my upline told me to do, but they didn't know how to build online. So I was just throwing out copy and paste messages. I was putting product pictures all over my personal wall. And, I truly believed back then, as I do now with the team I'm with now and the product lineup I'm with now, that my products are fantastic, as do you. You believe your products are fantastic. Absolutely. And the reality is that the vast majority of products out here in this network marketing space are fantastic, or the company doesn't last. The company doesn't stick around. So yes, we all have dynamite, life-changing, impactful products that are available, and we want people to know about them. But posting product pictures on our wall is like loading a shotgun with, the bullets that have all those tiny little pellets in it, and it just does a mass spray out there, hoping that you hit someone that might be interested. So that shotgun effect of spraying out bullets all over your Facebook wall, or copy and paste messages on Messenger, is a very ineffective, short, narrow-sighted strategy that may work temporarily. It may work once or twice, but after a while, What happens to people that are following you or your friends on Facebook if they continuously see you posting product pictures all over your wall? What happens? I know for me, I had a lot of friends really start ignoring me, and I had a few of them unfriend me. Man, that was a blow. And the reality is, Kat, they fire back. Ouch, exactly. They unfriend you, they block you. They tell you at your hosted book club party that they're all coming to your house to have every month, that they no longer want to see your crap on Facebook. That happened to me. That hurt. Ouch. They fired back. And I quickly realized I needed to do something differently on social media. So spamming, and let's call it what it is, you're spamming and you're being a salesy weirdo on social media, hoping and praying that someone will take a bite, someone will grab something that you have and buy a product. Now, it works occasionally, for sure, it does. And I often like to use the analogy that, doing it that way, you're stepping over the dollar just to get a quick dime, just to get a nickel in your pocket, a dime or a quarter in your pocket for a quick sale that may not be a long-term investment or a long-term committed customer. So you're actually stepping over a very valuable dollar by not using proper strategies just to get that quick dime. Let me know if that analogy resonates with you. Let me know if that works for you. Even just last week, I had someone send me a private message, and they asked me if it would be okay because let me back up a minute. She wanted to ask me if it's okay to post on my personal Facebook wall all about her products for this company that she's aligned with, the products she's repping, because her upline has challenged all of them to send out as many copy and paste messages as possible, and there would be a prize for the people that sent out the most messages. I said no. And I explained to her that I have worked very hard over the last few years to build up a culture of trust and value and education and inspiration on my page and on my personal profile, that I'm not about to let someone post their product pictures all over it. And then I went on to try and help her. And in fact, she's in the challenge now. So think about the next time your upline, the same upline that tells you to make your list, asks you to copy and paste and send out to as many people, or challenges you with 10 copy and pastes every day, or fake friending people on social media and doing that small talk and building relationships with them to eventually hit them up with your business opportunity or a product, right? Julie, yeah, I flipped her. I totally did. Yep. And it was fantastic because she hadn't been exposed to another way. She was just doing what her upline told her. It's not her fault. She just didn't know. So that is something to think about the next time you are posting on social media. So I know I'm telling you all the don'ts. I'm getting to the do's and the hows. Just give me a sec here. So when you're posting on social media with your pictures or your, join me, I've got an opportunity, I've got a sale on my products, big sale this week, kind of stuff, all of that stuff that we all have done, because I've done it, absolutely. All I'm doing is acting like a butcher in a meat shop, walking around with my big, juicy, yummy, dripping steaks, and I'm walking up to a vegetarian group and trying to sell them my steak. Think about that. Would a vegetarian buy my steak? No. So what makes you think posting your pictures continuously all over your Facebook wall, dropping cold messages in Messenger, or fake friending people just in hopes of someone biting your steak? That just doesn't work. It's so ineffective. It's short-sighted. No wonder so many people quit in this industry. And that is a big part of what we teach inside our teams and what has made us one of the very few teams in the industry that is growing with these methods so fast, so significantly. Okay, so some of the comments here. There you go. Nope, you wouldn't, Paul. Exactly. That's right. And vegan would be worse, Billy. Totally. Exactly. Yeah. And it just feels icky, Letitia. I agree. Yep. Exactly. That, spammy Tammy or salesy weirdo, all of those things. So that is something that I want you to think about. And if you've been doing that, what you've really done is you've trained the people on your Facebook page or your personal wall, your personal profile on Facebook. You've really just trained your friends and your family to ignore you. Because that is another complaint we hear all the time. Well, I'm posting my product pictures all over, but nobody's buying. Have you ever said that? I have. Absolutely. I have said that many times years ago. Nobody's buying. Well, you've trained them to ignore you because they're tired of seeing your stuff in their wall, in their feed. Okay. And not to mention, it is against Facebook policy to build your business and represent your business and post about your business on your personal feed. Now, Facebook has been quite lenient with it, but it is against their Facebook policies. And one day they may simply just crack down. They tend to do those things, right? Out of the blue, boom, something happens. And it's like, what just happened here? So that is something to think about. So let's think about now how we might do something differently and getting your message, your business opportunity, your products, getting it in front of the right people and strategically getting it in front of the right people. And there are strategies that are highly effective that take the spamminess and the weirdness and the tackiness out of your business, your sales pitch, and you don't need a list to do it. So let's look at what you've got as a sniper, trying to really zero in and target your business strategically. And that sniper, what we know about snipers is they take one shot and they hit their target almost always, right? Highly trained, highly skillful. And that is what we do. We teach how to, and it's been highly effective in my team and the team of the other trainers on this challenge. We strategically are snipers and we get our marketing message, our opportunity, our offer to join our team in front of the right people who are looking for what we've got. And we don't do it in a salesy, spammy way. So if you're curious about how to go about doing that and learn a little bit more about that, let me know in the comments. I want to read here and see what some people are feeling about that. Be a human and a servant, not a yucky person. Exactly. That's a big part of it for sure. Facebook is cracking down, Rita. You're right. Totally. The key is to serve. Exactly. Oh, sound came back on. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear the sound came back on. Precision. Yeah, exactly. And in fact, one of the challenge prizes here is my course, and it's all about precision, and it'll teach you that. So I'm really excited for the people who are going to be winning those prizes because that is a massive component to building your business online. So what does your ideal prospect look like? Because that is a little bit of the research that Kat was talking about yesterday. You need to have a really crystal clear idea, vision, concept, avatar of what your ideal prospect looks like. Because if you don't know who your ideal customer and your ideal business builder is, you're that shotgun. You're just spraying out there hoping it hits someone. But once you can actually figure out exactly who it is you're targeting, because not everybody is your prospect. We don't want just anybody with a pulse. We don't want someone who can fog a mirror. We want a business builder. We want a loyal, dedicated customer. And when you can really zero in on what it is and who you're looking for, that is when your marketing message can be highly effective and lucrative. That is where you're going to build your team and you're going to gain a massive customer profile inside your team. So who are you looking for as an ideal prospect? And I want you to spend some time thinking about this, and it's going to be homework. So be ready for that. And your ideal customer is going to be different than my ideal customer. Your ideal team builder, someone you want to join your downline, is going to be very different from the person I'm looking for. It really matters around who you are and your vibe, because how many of you have heard your vibe creates your tribe, right? I want to work with people who are dedicated, hardworking, enthusiastic, go-getters, willing to take risks, coachable. You don't need to be a top earner. You don't need to have massive amounts of experience. I'm okay with that because I would love to teach my new person. They don't need to be experienced, but I want them dedicated, hardworking, committed, coachable, a go-getter, all of those kind of things. So what I'm looking for may be different than what you're looking for. So I want you to put some time and thought into that as part of your homework. And I'll review it in greater detail at the end. But that is what I want you to spend some time really thinking about. And when I say, what does your ideal prospect look like? I don't mean just physical appearance. What I'm looking for is, who are they? Who are they online? What are some of their beliefs? What are their interests? Where do they hang out? Are they a mom, a dad, an empty nester, young children at home, single, not married, no kids? Are they a soccer mom? Are they a dad that coaches hockey? Are they someone who works overnight because they need to put food on the table and they have to pull the night shift? Who specifically are these people that you're looking for? What are their traits? What do they like to read? What are they passionate about? Because if you're in health and wellness, your ideal prospect and customer is going to be very different than someone who, let's say, is in makeup. Okay? Do you see that difference? You're going to be looking for a different kind of person. And that goes back to that shotgun again. If you're just shooting out there randomly, who are you targeting? Who are you aiming for? Where is the precision in your messaging? So let's get specific. Think about, you would have bailed you out. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that you would have done that, Paul. Values, drive, integrity. Great. I'm really glad to see that, Julie. Yeah, for sure. Who else? It could just be about everyone. What do you mean by that, Letitia? Explain a little bit more so I'm a little more clear on what you're going with there. So you want someone that wants financial freedom and time freedom. Yeah. Okay, so exactly. So start thinking about those things. Now, think about where they hang out. Their socioeconomic background, their status in the community, their network, the parenting, not parenting, male, female, all of those kind of things. All of those things matter. And I want you to get very, very specific on that for your homework, but I'll review this in the end. Okay. And with this, Whit and Carrie are going to be on tomorrow. The amazing Whit and Carrie are going to be here tomorrow, and they're going to really guide you through on how to develop your network and piggyback on what we've been talking about today, because you've already ditched your list. So now you need to know what to do. And that's what they're going to be covering in tomorrow's training. So once we have our traits and what we're looking for in our ideal prospect, that is going to be a real beneficial eye-opener to you, because once we know who we're driving our marketing message to, we can craft strategically a marketing message that meets the psychological thoughts and deeply embedded beliefs and worries, concerns, all of those things in our potential prospect or customer. So we can create triggers in our messaging that will actually sniper in and hit right in the heart of what really matters, that ideal prospect. So based on how we craft messages, what kind of content we put out on social media, and I'm not talking about posting pictures or saying, buy my stuff, join my team, looking for 5 people to join me. We're not doing that. We are going to be crafting really effective, strategically, carefully chosen, curiosity-based posting that will hit the psychological thinking and trigger your prospect. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if you're picking up what I'm laying down here, okay? Yeah, good, Jenna. You love it. Makes so much sense. Good. Awesome. And we're just kind of getting started in here. So Rita, my prospect is someone with integrity, open-minded, and needs what I have to offer. Absolutely, for sure. But how do you know who that person is? How are you going to find them? So this is where very strategically we teach how to get your messaging with those psychological triggers to really speak to the person who's reading it. They are going to read your post or watch your video or somehow notice what you're doing online without being a spammy Tammy. And they're going to say to themselves, she's speaking to me. That's exactly how I feel. How many of you have ever watched like a commercial on TV? And, for whatever reason, the messaging on the commercial, you're just enthralled with it and you can't take your eyes off the TV and you're like, oh my gosh, I need that. The shopping channel is very good with that. and they'll be like, I need that. I need that in my life. That's the effect we're going after with the people that you're trying to reach with strategic posting and psychological triggers. So what it does is it draws deeply embedded worries, fears, things that keep them up at night, things that make them nervous or fearful, things that perhaps hopes, dreams, things that they are desperately wanting for their life, for their family, for their future. And it draws that out of them without saying, buy my stuff. Because frankly, when you just put a product picture there, or you've got your picture of your shake, and believe me, I've done that. Years ago, I did that. When you just put your picture there and say sale, they're thinking, well, I don't need that. Like, what's in it for me? I don't need that crap. But when you actually draw out what deeply embedded that they may not even be aware of yet, that's how strategic our training is and what we teach is that they may not even be aware they need this product yet, but it draws out of them and they think, oh my gosh, I totally need that. She's speaking right to me. That is the answer I've been looking for. Those are the kind of emotions and commitment that come out of people. And then they think, wow, I need to reach out and connect with this person. She's got what I'm looking for. I want to be with them. That team speaks to me. She's got the product I'm looking for without saying the product name. So that is a really exciting way to build a business, build a team, a team with longevity, a team that is highly engaged because you've really reached deep into them and isolated and identified what's in it for them as opposed to what's in it for you. Too many marketers on social media approach this business, this industry with dollar signs in their eyes, and it's simply what's in it for them. It is simply just, I want to get a customer. I want someone to buy my stuff. I want a team member. Instead of looking at the people, the human beings that you're working with, that you're reaching, that you're drawing from, that you know your product or your opportunity could really serve them. And that is what they pick up on. That is when they start to realize there's stuff in it for them and they're compelled to reach out to you. So do you see the difference between a shotgun blast, hoping you hit someone, spaghetti on the wall, hoping something sticks, versus sniper, precision, targeting, hitting the mark every time? And it simply comes down to strategically crafting your messages and getting your message in front of the right people, and there's strategy around that too, to build your team and your downline. Does that make sense? I'm just going to read the messages here for a sec. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Whit and Carrie are going over that exact thing tomorrow. And that is super exciting. So thinking about everything I talked about today will lead you beautifully into what they're going to talk about tomorrow in depth. Okay, so that is the training for tonight. Let me know if this was fantastic. I'd love to see what some ahas were. If you could post those in the comments, I would love to read them here on the side of my screen. Just some major ahas, big or small, doesn't matter. Just something that really struck you that you hadn't thought of before. And I just want to go over your homework one more time. So in about half an hour-ish, maybe 15, 20 minutes from now, I'm guessing, there will be a post that comes into the group, and it's your day 2 homework. I would love for you to, in that post, in the comments of that post your homework, just so we can keep it organized and it's all in one place. So watch for that post with day 2 homework. And what your homework is I would like you to put some serious thought into identifying, recognizing, and crafting, designing. Be an architect of who your ideal prospect is, who your ideal business builder is, who your ideal customer is, and put that homework in that post in the comments so that everybody can have it in the same spot and we can go through and read everybody's. And get specific. I don't want you to just say, a woman that has kids at home and wants, to retire her husband. Get specific. The more specific you can get in this process, the more effective. Oops, sorry, I just want to make sure you can hear me and I'm not interfering with the microphone. The more specific you can get, the deeper, the more effective your messaging can be. And you're going to be raring to go and ready for Carrie and Wit tomorrow. All right. So let me see what some of the comments are here. No steak in a vegetarian restaurant. Nope, none of that. I raise millions for charities, but this has been much harder. Yeah, Stacy, I get it. Totally. Yeah. I had a very professional career ahead of this before, network marketing found me. And I hear you. I hear you on that. Love the sniper analogy. Very relevant to your target market. That's right. You betcha. Love the structure of organization. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Great comments, you guys. You don't have to get as specific as naming their children, Julie, for this exercise, but I do want you thinking about stuff like that. Okay. I know, with our bigger training and how, we teach, we would get super specific for sure. Yeah. But there you go, guys. I hope you've all had tremendous value tonight. I hope you loved this training. Drop a value. Let me know that this was good and hit you right where you needed to be hit tonight, and that you got value from it. I love you too. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you. And we'll see you all in the community. Talk soon. Bye.